funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood. Funkin' up the neighborhood. I felt full cause the funkin' was good. Funk you in the city, funk you up in the woods. Funkin' up the neighborhood.
And we're live.
And we are back.
We're alive.
Spinning
I'm
all
Wes,
today's
guy's
top
David.
hits.
Exactly.
I
David,
think
how
we
you
got a
doing,
little
man?
lag between us tonight. I'm doing all right, bud. We need to redo that. The lag messed us up. We can do better. Ready? All right, put your fingers back up. All right, we got this.
5,
We got this.
4,
There we go.
3. And we're live.
And we're back. There we go. We're in sync now.
Welcome to the Underdog Journey. We are in sync, and we're going to do a little song for you later. I'm Wes, this guy is
Yeah.
David. And David, how you been, man?
I am good. I'm old now. I'm old.
It was somebody's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, David.
It was my birthday yesterday, and to all my New York crew that I let down in phenomenal fashion, I do apologize. This guy was back at the hotel and in bed and out by 9 p.m. last night.
And that's something I thought I'd never see from you, David. That's
Yeah. And
I wasn't there,
so I
but,
texted. I texted him bro a little bit ago. I was like, I apologize. I will schedule another time to come in, and we'll do this right. I'll treat you guys too. We'll have a good time. But no, I was in 9 o'clock out, just absolutely out.
We've all been there. You know, there's just one of those nights where it just doesn't come together chemically, and you're like, I can't hang, can't do it.
Yeah, the night before. So Tuesday, I could not sleep. I didn't go to bed until super late on Tuesday night. When I say what super late, it was midnight, maybe 12:30, and by 2:30 a.m. I'm wide awake, and there was just no get to sleep. So I chucked it as a bad job, and just scrolled on Facebook for several hours. I tried. I might have dozed off for another 15 minutes just before I had to get up.
That's always the way. That's always the way.
That's it. So what about you, West? How's the world, and how's it been since we spoke last, which was, heck, we didn't really talk much this week. It's been since the podcast last week.
It has been. Yeah, we don't hang out as much as we used to since you moved away, David.
Yeah.
By the way, Laura Lyons.
Yeah, we also don't have a
baby boy.
yeah, she likes to do that. But we also don't have weekly meetings like we had for a while there either. So maybe we need to get the weekly meetings back on the books.
Exactly. Aside from this one, maybe we can drink at that one too, but we'll see.
On those, we never drank. On the business meetings, we never drank, not one time.
Maybe that's why they fell off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. This one we've kept going for 5.5+ years now.
Yeah, almost 6 years.
Yeah, and the other one did not. It did not last that long.
And it's been a roller coaster of excitement and emotion on this side, but
I
it's
know.
all part of the life.
I just know a little bit about what you got going over there, but I'm just excited for you. So On a scale of 1 to 10, sorry, that was my West Virginian slipping out there with the
Tien,
10.
1 to 10.
10, a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are yins?
If I
So how
knew any
excited? 1 to 10.
West
That was a
Virginia
question.
isms, I would totally throw them out there. It's we're doing some really good things. So I don't want to, I don't want to count my eggs before the chicken lays them. But we're doing pretty good. I think
You know why you don't do that?
because
Do you know why?
because some eggs don't
Because
hatch. Because got it. There you go.
because oh,
Oh, I have no.
that dad joke
That's
just
I should have seen
there
that
is
one
no
coming.
law of diminishing return with that one. That's good. All right, so
I should
yeah,
have seen that
you
one
don't want
coming.
your chickens to lay pickles or something. Go
Broken
ahead.
eggs, yeah, something like that. So I
Because
think good things are happening. We should actually be in full production. Start full production hopefully in about 2 to 3 weeks. So that's super super exciting. When we do that, the second we launch full production, I'm going to start taking pre-orders on the website, and
okay,
we're gonna make some very very good things happen. Very very exciting. So it's so for those
awesome.
who don't know, uh, I've been working on a big top secret project for about 2 years called Flashpoint Safety Systems, and we're just about to launch. It is the world's first for consumer level, the world's first early detection platform for lithium-ion battery failure. It's we're getting a lot of really good feedback. A lot of pretty decent sized companies are looking at us saying, "What are they doing that we
Yeah,
can do?" And hopefully they come to us before they decide that they can try and do it themselves. But that's the great thing about IP.
yeah, that's a great thing. If they try to sell it here, it's. I happen to know very personally that that IP is locked down. If they try to bypass, they're going to run into other IP. So
Exactly, exactly. So pretty
I don't
exciting. A lot of
recommend
good
it.
things are happening right now. Like I said, it's been a roller coaster
It's
of emotion and excitement.
it's just that whole thing. Just how that business got started. Just crap. I mean, it's still just is hilarious. Just hilarious.
Right.
Two guys smoking cigars, talking
Literally
about a
just
concern they had.
yeah, just so yeah, so we can't leave people hanging. So basically what happened was
I was minding my own business.
Dave was there, he's
Oh
minding his
wait,
own business.
yeah, yep, that's me. I was which, if you guys are shocked, so am I.
That never happens. So,
It doesn't
another guy
happen.
comes in and says, "Hey, I installed rechargeable batteries in my RV. But I've been doing a lot of research, and apparently these things can catch fire and explode for like no reason." And he knows that I'm a big nerd. He knows David's a big nerd, so he comes to us first, and he's like, "What can I do?" And David's quiet. He's doing his own thing over there. So I'm like, "Okay, we're gonna figure this out." So I start doing my homework. I get on my phone. I'm doing research, and I'm coming up with all these weird, elaborate plans for fan systems and different sensors that do different things, and will spray out different types of suppressant chemicals and whatnot. And I'm not sure how much I can give away, but at a certain point, it comes out that there is actually something that you can do for lithium-ion batteries when they fail, but not unless you have a $100,000, $200,000 to spend on a system. Uh, a pretty high end system overall. It's not something that the average person's gonna put in their home or their
Yeah,
RV or use to monitor their e-bike.
yeah. That product is it's world class. It's world leading, but it's industrial. It's utility, like energy company level equipment.
Yeah. So I just
Yep.
thought to myself, my buddy who installed the batteries in his RV, he's like, man, I that's exactly what I need, and I'm like, I just told the group, I was like, man, if I had access to those, I could sell a million of them. And somebody else sitting there was like, wish you could, but they're not available for the consumer level. And I was like, we got to find a way. So after some finagling, we found a way to make this available for the consumer market. And from that point to now, it's been about 2 years. It's been about 2 years of development and getting funding and getting to where we need to be. But we're finally there. And one day I'll be able to tell the whole
You have to.
unredacted story, and it's pretty fun.
Yeah, the unredacted story is great. Um, but yeah, yeah. I mean, I've told it to a couple people, but very, very select few people.
There you go.
So, West, what are you drinking over there tonight?
Most important part of the show, I'm drinking a little bit of the old tin blends. Tin Blends when you want to
Okay.
look fancy and drink like a poor man.
So explain to those in Rio Linda what the Tim Blantons is.
Uh, Laura Lyons Black says, "Shh,
And I
don't give it
keep
away yet."
don't give it away yet.
I think she's talking about the business
Oh no,
secrets, not the Tin Blends.
the
The Tin
business. Oh, the
Blends.
business. Yeah, the Tin Blantons.
The Tin Blends is just tin cup in a Blanton's bottle because I like to feel fancy. I do love Tin Cup
Nice.
though. Tin Cup is a great American bourbon. It's inexpensive. It's accessible, meaning it's easy
Yeah,
to drink and it's easy to find. So
yeah.
it's accessible and
So I
feasible.
stopped today. I'm not even opening one I got today, but I stopped on the way home because I was coming back from New York City today, and I just stopped on the way home at my favorite little liquor store, which I don't
Little
tell too
liquor
many
store.
people about because they
Yeah,
have like really really
your
good
liquor
selection of
store
whiskey.
has an amazing selection. I've never seen a
Yeah,
selection like it in one place.
yeah, and I don't like to let a lot of people know, so that I can always go in there and get my my whiskey.
Right?
So today I bought a bottle of Eagle Rare, a Weller Special Reserve, and a bottle of Taylor,
Nice.
E.H. Taylor.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
bought those 3 bottles today. I got the wife another bottle of vodka, but I got a gift. Hold on a second. A good buddy
What'd
of
you get?
mine,
Yeah.
from one of my guys. I got oh, here it is. Happened to
Ooh, what
actually
is that?
set it aside there. So I don't know. It is Usquabac.
Use
Usquabac? I don't
Quebec.
know.
Esquebec?
USQUAEBACH. It is the Grand Whiskey of the Highlands.
Oh, okay.
Cask strength, blended malt whiskey, unchill filtered. I don't okay. But this is the 2016 release, bottle number 1420. And for those of you guys in Central Ohio, 1420 the fan, that's the home of the Buckeyes, the voice of Paul Keels. Anyway,
So that's a nice
but yeah,
scotch.
this was oh here it is. Yeah, I thought it was the same way. Yeah, I thought it was the same on
Yeah,
both
it's in
sides, but
a
it's not.
fancy like
But
display case.
yeah, yeah. So
Oh, that's
that
pretty
one will
amazing.
get opened. This one will get opened for some super. And when my boy gets up here, I'll definitely make sure there's some that he can drink when he comes up and visits this summer.
Yeah, no, you got to save that for a special occasion. That's awesome, man.
But for tonight, I'm going to drink the whiskey that my wife bought me for my birthday.
Okay.
Now I've already had a little crack of it because I opened it before I left. But there's the top of it. You can barely see in the picture.
Hmm.
This is a Weller single
Oh,
barrel,
nice.
and it is probably the most expensive bottle I think I've ever got. And the wife bought it. This was a
Wow.
$400 bottle of whiskey.
Oh my gosh. Holy
Um,
moly.
so
Yeah. How
so
was
in
it?
order to do it right, I had to buy a new refrigerator
Okay.
because I don't know. It's a grown up thing. When you get to buy a refrigerator, man, that's cool. We were all gathered around it when it got in here. We got it all hooked up, but I bought it specifically because it makes the sphere ice for my
Nice. Now
whiskey.
that's a fancy fridge, man.
Yeah, so that was why I picked the one that I had.
That's awesome. All right. So how's
Drink
the
that out
whiskey?
there. Now we're gonna pop that open there. And again, this is gonna be a special occasion whiskey too.
Weller
This is
single
not one
barrel.
that's.
Yeah, I hadn't had
I
that.
mean, even though we put a decent hurting on it a couple days ago, I will not be putting a decent hurt on it tonight. But just in case, I do have the bottle of Eagle Rare within arm's reach too.
Just in case. Yeah, we'll see.
Just in case, and I got the Blantons over there. There's always have Blantons on hand.
Of course, of course.
So there it is. There.
All right, let's
Oh, smell.
uh,
So I had this the other days. It is.
let's get a review.
We're gonna make fun of the non whiskey people first, and we're gonna call it smooth and oaky.
Sure.
Because bourbon's supposed to be smooth and it's done in oak barrels. So let's just forego those two.
Get that out
But
of the way.
oh man, it smells so good. Very
Nice.
sweet smell. Very sweet.
Yeah. Well, single barrel, so it's going to be a little.
Mm,
Yeah.
it is perfect. That is
Nice.
perfection.
That's
I
awesome.
love that whiskey. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, that's you don't want to finish off.
All right.
with
Well,
a
I'm
reshape
done.
sometime.
And this has been the Underdog Journey. I'm gonna go drink whiskey.
After the week you've had, I wouldn't blame you. You've had an interesting couple days.
Yeah, I mean, it was fun. Tuesday through today was a flash, but I did get to stop, and I think I brought this up a couple weeks ago, maybe last week, maybe week before. I think it was last week that I always stop at Fuddruckers on the way back, and then we got to talking about Idiocracy.
Right, of course.
So yeah,
Still not sure how they
I
got
did
away with
have
that.
my I did have my Fuddruckers on the way back from
Nice.
the NYC today.
Oh, that's awesome.
So
Yeah, one day I'll try a Fuddruckers just to say I've been there. It's from I'm still not sure how Idiocracy got away with it, but dude, it's pretty good. That would be
Perhaps
hilarious.
somebody cashed a check and forgot to read the actual contract.
That had to be it. I'm sure the Fuddruckers legal team was like, "Okay, guys, we got to talk."
Yeah, yeah, that's such a good movie though. I almost watched it the other day just on a whim.
It should be mandatory viewing for everybody before on voting day before you're allowed to vote. You
Yes,
should have to watch
yeah,
Idiocracy
yeah.
the whole way through
You can
and get
have
maybe
a
take a test on it
so
afterwards.
you get your voter ID, and then you have to go to a theater, and they do one of those punches.
Right?
Like
That's it.
Like Subway used to do, like, you used to do a sandwich punch, and then you gotta show your ID with your punch on it that you watched Idiocracy first.
That's exactly it.
Uh, there would never be another there would nobody would ever get enough votes, and there needs to be a minimum
Yeah.
level of votes. You have to get at least this before you can
Right?
go
Yeah.
forward. Yeah,
It's I know
that's
where you were going with that, and you stopped yourself before you went too far. I know what you were gonna say, but yeah, I couldn't agree
uh,
more. It should be mandatory viewing.
yeah,
It's
every
hilarious.
day, I mean, I watch it probably once a year at least.
Oh, you have to.
It's just it really holds up.
I love the fact that they
It
wear
really holds up.
Crocs because
Yes.
you know the story about the Crocs in that movie, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah, I know the story.
they were looking for a shoe that was so ridiculous and so ugly, but everybody wore them. They found these Crocs and they were like, these things are so ugly and they're so ridiculous. Of course, they belong in a future where these are the dumbest people alive, and they got I don't even know how many hundreds of these orange Crocs they ordered for this movie, and everybody's wearing these Crocs, and by the end of the production, the people the actors they loved them so much they kept them. They wanted to keep wearing these Crocs, and eventually they caught on in like regular society. But it's funny they actually caught on originally from a thing in Idiocracy because they're so ugly and so
Yeah.
stupid looking.
They were s Yeah, the costume people were looking for a shoe that was so ridiculous that would never be popular,
Yeah,
so that it wouldn't have that reference to go back to.
right.
They failed dismally. So, I mean, I actually have a pair of Crocs,
Do you?
but they're like the slipper ones that look like a fabric house slipper is what mine are, but
Okay,
they have the Croc material in the bottom
okay.
of them. And, I had a cousin that got married, and my feet we were stomping around on marble the rehearsal and then the actual wedding. We were stamping around on marble floors for what felt like 3 years, right? Several people that was at and in that wedding, all I mean, tons of people ended up having foot problems from that.
Ooh.
And I love to tell this story. I'm sure that they won't like to hear this part of it, but my foot pain lasted longer than their marriage. Uh, and that is not a word of a
Nice.
lie. Not
Wow.
one word of a lie. My feet hurt from that for years. I don't think they made it to 2 years, but, my feet hurt longer than their marriage.
Oof.
It was,
Yeah.
it was, it was painful. And, we still all laugh at it. The people that all had a foot pain was like, "Oh, yeah, we were at the wedding." Like, "Yeah, that's what it was." And, I have another cousin that, he said, "Wear Crocs." I'm like, "No, not a chance in hell. I'm not doing that."
Right.
He's like,
Exactly.
"I do it." He's a doctor, and he's like, "I'm on long standing a lot throughout the day, a lot of rotation, all the things that they've gotta do. Come home, put my Crocs on, and it's just happy as they take care of them." So when I found the ones that look like just house slippers, I was like, "Okay, I'll
Yeah.
give those a try." And
Give them a
it
go.
wasn't 2 or 3 days. I mean, literally wasn't 2 or 3 days of wearing those, and it just almost vanished in less than a week, it
Okay.
completely was gone.
Interesting. Okay.
So, you know, I mean, they are hideous, and I will never actually own a pair of the actual Crocs, but
Right.
the ones that look like house slippers I can live with. Oh, they look like what's the shoes that everybody wears now? The Hey Dudes. They look a lot like Hey Dudes.
Oh, those aren't bad. Yeah, I get that.
Yeah, no, no. I mean, I
Actually,
won't wear
I was
them, but
looking at
yeah,
those at one point, and my current wife said I'm not allowed to buy them because they look like old dad shoes. So apparently, I couldn't buy Hey Dudes
you're an
because
old dad. Did you not tell her that you're an old dad? Kiki, come on. Where you at, Kiki? Let me text
it's
her.
true. Yeah.
No, no, I got a notification here. Thank you, Amazon, for letting me know that my coupons are in.
Oh, I got the same one. That's weird. It's a new notification they've been sending
Yeah,
out.
thanks. I needed that. So, hey, be on the lookout. You heard it here first. Be on the lookout.
Your Amazon
You
coupons
might
are
have
up.
coupons.
That's true.
You might have Amazon coupons sitting there. You never
Because
know.
Amazon's not making
Things you
enough
wouldn't
money.
know
They got
without
to
us.
tell you that you got your coupons already. So
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. Damn, that is good whiskey. That is
yeah,
real
that
good
sounds
whiskey.
awesome, man.
Yeah. I'm gonna
That's a good
behave
birthday
though. I'm
present.
only having a little bit.
Yeah,
That's a damn good birthday
that's a
present. I mean,
really good birthday present. Yeah.
I didn't think I drank that much of it beforehand, but yeah, I
I've
did.
seen how you
So the
pour.
rest
I've
of
seen
this,
how you pour.
it'll take it'll take a lot longer for me to go through the rest of it
Yeah,
because
that's a special one.
that's a special one there.
Nice.
I'll only drink it when my wife makes me mad.
It'll be gone before the end of the show.
Not a chance.
Nah, Nikki's great.
Nah, she is awesome. She's awesome. She bought me the whiskey. I mean,
Exactly.
it's all forgiven.
That's it. That's totally
It's
it.
all good.
All right.
Oh,
Some
so we got news? We got any
We
news?
do have news. Let's get over there. Let's
Dave
do some
Rowland called me a
news.
lush. Absolutely. I was yesterday. Absolutely. I mean, I don't often get, you know, turnt, but yeah,
That's pretty funny.
no food, nothing yesterday. A few drinks in me, and I was like, I'm done. I'm out.
I mean,
All
I've
right,
only
Florida
seen you
House
really
approves
flattered
plan.
like once or twice, but yeah. So this is interesting. So this is I don't get political, but I had to point this out. This is an interesting one. Yep, Florida House approves plan to eliminate homestead property taxes. Senate resistance clouds path forward. So Florida is going to be one of the first states to eliminate property taxes. Now they're starting with homestead property taxes, but they're trying to expand this to all property taxes for residences, which is
Well, what's the difference between
incredible.
a private property and a homestead property?
I don't know. I'm sure it says in here, but I do know that
Oh,
this is the first step towards all residents' property taxes being eliminated,
okay.
which is pretty amazing because I've been saying this for a long time and people ignore me because I sound stupid. But as long as you're paying property taxes, you're only renting your property. You're only renting your house.
Yeah, you're renting. Yeah, you're renting. There should
You
not be
never
property
truly
tax.
own
There should
anything
not.
if you're paying taxes on it for the rest of your life, mandatory taxes.
Yeah,
So this is pretty
and
cool.
then they can
Like
come and
this
take it
actually
away
is
because you don't pay taxes. Yeah.
right.
If they can take something away from you because you're not paying a tax,
Yeah, you
then
don't own it.
you're just leasing your property.
Yep, that's it.
Yep.
And can you
So
imagine?
okay, now we got to be careful with this because it's a very slippery slope into politics on this one.
It is. It is. So I
But
didn't mention
I
Republicans
mean,
or Democrats. I'm just saying that Florida's trying to do it.
it literally says around the screen, Democrats strongly oppose the measure.
Why
I
didn't you read
mean,
that
yeah, the
part?
headline is good there. There are I can absolutely see it from both sides. There are complications because you still need fire service, you still need EMS, you
Oh,
still need
sure.
police, and you have to find you may be giving up a property tax, but there will have to be something that's at least equal to that or very close to equal to that.
Flat sales taxes.
And that's what I would absolutely love to have.
Flat
But
sales taxes. Because guess what? You pay
for
taxes on
everything.
stuff you buy. On any product
Yep.
or service that you purchase, you pay your taxes on it. Guess what? You want to pay fewer taxes? Buy less stuff. Voila.
That would actually get my spending under control real quick if they went to that.
It
We
would
had like
do
a
that to a lot of people.
25% overall sales tax. Like, oh yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I
it
can
would.
nah.
People wouldn't be able to complain about taxes because guess what? You
You have
regulate
full
your own
control.
taxes at that point.
Yep. All right. Well, we've that's the I mean, I don't know if we can call that a non-political comment, but let's move on to the next one, and hopefully, it's not the Trump's State of the Union speech on the next one up.
Oh, it's all politics and religion today, by the way. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
so
David
check
says
your
he's
stuff.
down at David Rowland, by the way, who's actually been on and helped host a show with us a couple times. He says everything is taxed out of Florida, and that's
It's
yeah,
true. But imagine if
yeah.
they eliminated
He's
property
down in Florida
taxes,
right now.
how quickly people would move to Florida. I'll bet they'd get a lot of people moving in.
They're already moving. There's no state income tax, so there are already people moving there.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's definitely a growing state.
All right, so still
So,
waiting
all
for
right, what do we
the.
got next? What do we got next?
I switched pages and Ecamm hasn't caught up yet. We're trying.
Oh,
Let me
okay.
switch out of this. See, I blame Ecamm. This is not my internet lag. This is Ecamm.
Yeah,
I'm gonna switch in and out here.
I can run. Let's see. How's that new internet treating you over there, bud?
The internet's great.
Buddy.
I just need a better streaming platform than Ecamm because it sucks. All right, here we go. This was a cool one. So 40,000-year-old German artifacts display the first written language precursor. So for a really long time, they thought the first written language was developed in Mesopotamia, and this predates that by about 40,000 years.
By about
No,
40,000
so, I'm
years?
sorry, by about 33,000 years. So pretty amazing that they're making discoveries that are completely rewriting human history, and they're discovering that guess what? Some pretty cool stuff happened in Europe, 40,000 years ago. I don't know if you ever saw the docu series from a guy named Graham Hancock, where he talked about it was Ancient Apocalypse, where he talked about
Oh, yeah, maybe.
like tens of
We're the
thousands of years
seventh.
ago there was an ancient civilization that we have no evidence of, but there are like bits and pieces and little clues that pop up here and there throughout the archaeological record that show that there was something, a bigger society, a bigger uh, uh, organization of humans that took place tens of thousands of years ago that we just don't know about. And it's things like this that occasionally pop up that make people think, well, maybe he's right, maybe something's going on there. I'm not saying it's aliens, but it's totally aliens.
They weren't aliens. They were residents. They were
David, there's two things.
undocumented visitors.
There are two things humans cannot do. Don't even go there. There are two things humans can't do, David. One is write things,
Stack rocks in a
words,
pile.
is stack rocks in a pile. The other is carve words into mammoth bones.
Yeah.
Humans can't do those things. They
Yeah.
had to be aliens.
Yeah, we can't. Yes, they had to be aliens. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I love
stacking
it.
rocks into a neat
Uh,
pile. No human's ever done that, David. Not without help.
yeah. Ancient. What is it? Is it ancient alien astronaut? What's the term?
Ancient astronaut theorists
Ancient
believe.
ancient astronaut theorists. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Oh man, those. If I hear those words, I'm out. I'm
Oh
just
man,
like,
I would
okay,
have been a really
it's
good ancient
aliens.
astronaut theorist. Like, if I could go back and choose my career path, that might be near the top of the list because I can make up all
I
kinds of crazy shit.
I think you can put that on your business card, man. I don't think anybody's checking.
Right, you're
I
right. I'm
mean,
gonna update my LinkedIn tonight, man. That's going on there.
yes. Yeah.
Ancient astronaut
Yeah,
theorist.
I mean, you can actually because it just says 40,000-year-old German artifacts may have been displayed or may display written language precursor. That means they don't have a name for this because it's just German artifact, right? So it's not they weren't German, they weren't Germanic. I mean, that's many thousands of tens of thousands of years before Germany, right? And so you can literally make up a name for it,
Right.
make up a name for that civilization, and they're writing, and if it's not decoded, which it's not,
Which it's not. No.
you can call yourself this
You're an expert
historian,
in this thing.
and you're the expert in it because whatever you come up with is the leading edge because you just made it up.
Exactly. I can make it up as good as
Just throw it in
anybody
the chat
else.
GPT and let it write it up for you. Yeah. Send that image into chat GPT and say, hey, let's decode this.
That's it, man. I'm
Do
telling you.
do 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 do.
I think, David,
Yes.
I think we should do
Nobody's
this.
yeah.
I think we should start a. I don't know. Should we start a cult? This could be a thing.
A cult.
I've often thought about that.
I don't know if I want to. I don't. So hey, but cult leader. That's on the business card right there.
That's
David
that's going
Leffingwell,
on my LinkedIn.
cult leader.
Cult leader.
Yes, cult leader. Yes, this is the cult. It's cult leader.
That'd be funny.
That's
Here's what we do: we
excellent
start a
stuff right
business.
there.
We name the business Cult. And then
Ah,
you're like the CEO. You're the cult leader.
yep,
I like it. I like it.
yep.
I don't know how we got down this weird tangent, but they discovered ancient artifacts in
Because we
Germany
started
that
making
have
fun
Orion
of
psychic
ancient
powers.
astronaut theorists,
That could
as we
happen,
should.
as we totally should. But this bone thing is real with the writing on it. So that's real. All right, we got more news though. That's not bone related. I think. All right, AIs. Here's a good
That's
one.
what
This
she. That's what she
You're gonna love
said.
this. So they put a bunch of AIs, all the biggest top AIs out there, and they gave them war games type scenarios. And in 95% of cases, the AIs uh, delivered nukes to the enemy and refused to surrender under any circumstances. So the headline here is AIs can't stop recommending nuclear strikes in war game simulations. Um, so another good
Rem-
reason why governments should never give their nuclear codes to AI, which they're doing, David. They're actively doing this. This is actually a real thing, and AI is recommending dropping nukes on in 95% of the cases.
okay, so if you're going to have them do that, you also have to input the entire movie War Games.
That's true. The only way to win is by not
Would you
playing.
like to play chess?
Would you
No,
what?
I want to play. I would your program. Okay, so if you give, uh, let's use Sim City. All right, if you give not Sim City, World of Warcraft, or one of the Warlords Battlecry, one of those games where you build up a society and then you attack and do whatever,
Sure,
and
sure.
you advance or whatever these things are, and you just let a computer run that, they're going to go and build themselves up the most, and they're going to use all the tools and weapons at their disposal.
Well, sure, because that's what they were programmed
They're
to do,
programmed to win.
to win. Yeah.
So, yeah, they're going to use the tools in their disposal. So, how about you take that out of the equation and see what they do then? Remove the ability for that.
Right,
And
but
then run the game plans again.
what military general who is dictating the rules of the game that he wants his AI to play? He wants his AI to win. However, this is what happens when you program an AI to win: is they just drop nukes and they refuse to give up. So, but
Yeah.
what general or political leader who is telling developers what they want in their platform is going to say, yeah, I don't know, I don't necessarily want nuclear destruction. I don't know. I'm just
All
saying
of them.
there
All
are
of them. None of them want nuclear destruction.
I'm just
So,
saying there are
I mean,
actual governments
it's
right now
easy.
who
You
are
want to do
handing
war games, you
nuclear
want to do.
codes.
Oh yeah, yeah, oh no, I'm not for that.
It's happening.
You know, that's why we keep that's why I'm sure there's stupid people out there. Dude, I drive every day. I know there's a lot of stupid people out there.
Oh man. Well, let's hope the ones the Pentagon has are smarter than ChatGPT. We'll see.
Okay. I'm
All
worried
right, what else
now.
we got here? Here's one. So, David, I don't know if you've seen the new video, AI created video online of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt fighting, but there's actual like Hollywood executives who are genuinely starting to get worried that the AI video is getting too good. It's getting too good. Have you seen this video?
No, but I don't watch a lot of TV, so
You're on Facebook a lot, though. I'm sure you've noticed that some of the
I
reels
don't.
and stuff that pop up, like you actually have to stop and think sometimes now. Like, is this real? Did somebody make this?
Oh
Because
no,
sometimes they
no.
look
So
really real.
I don't know whether it's just I don't know whether it's just my brain being condescending. Even real stuff, I believe, is mostly AI. I mean,
That's true.
it to me, my automatic thought is it's AI.
That's the funny thing. Like, if even if the government did come out today and release all the UFO stuff, if they had trotted out real aliens right in front of people, and most of us just happen to see it on TV or on the online, most people are still gonna be like, "That's fake. That's not real,"
Yeah.
because that's how good AI is getting. Is
Well, I
is
mean,
getting.
it's still fairly easy to identify AI. Still
It's
fairly easy in my book. I
But
just
imagine 2 years ago when we first started talking about this,
yeah. I
where
mean,
it
oh
was
yeah,
to where it
and
is
yeah,
now.
2.5 years ago, where it is now, it's the leap is good. So are we playing the video or
We have the
we just
video. You
talking
want to
about
see
it?
the video?
I want to see the video if we've got it.
Let's see if we can get it to play without too much
What's the
talking.
who's that person that who's the big podcast guy?
Joe Rogan? Jogan?
Yeah, Joe Rogan. He's always yeah. He's always like, "Do you hey pull up that clip of and he's talking to somebody." Let me see. I'm gonna look it up. Who does son of a biscuit spell correctly, David?
Oh, who's
Does
Joe Rogan
Joe
talking to when he says that? Jamie. It's his assistant
Yeah,
Jamie.
it's Jamie. Jamie, you have that video. Can you pull that up?
We
Yes,
need a
that's it
Jamie.
right
We need
there.
a real producer. All right, here we go.
Yeah.
It's gonna.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal! He was a good man! He knew too much about our Russian
Clearly AI.
operations.
Oh
He
wow.
had to die.
Gee,
Now you
Christmas.
die too.
Really? That's what they're
It's-
spooked about?
It's pretty. I think it's pretty good.
I mean, it's good, but it's clearly that it's
No.
clear that it's digitally created. Clear.
The thing that gives away the most, though, is the voices. AI voices aren't there yet. They're still very flat. They don't emote very well. But again, you got to admit. Imagine where it's going to be in 5 or 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Like at least the visual is aesthetic.
You killed Jeffrey Epstein, you animal!
It's going to be very laggy.
He was a good man! He knew too much about our Russia operations. He had to die, and now you die too. Epstein was the key to our evil Russian operations, but no one will ever know, because the truth dies here.
Okay. From this point on, it's much less
Realistic?
interesting from a visual perspective because it's obviously AI from this point. But I mean, it's pretty good.
Ah.
It's pretty darn good. Like at this point, they're like fighting ninjas, and there's a robot that comes in at some point.
Okay.
But
Oh, there's a robot.
there's the robot. But anyway, I don't know. I think it's definitely interesting to think. I genuinely think in less than 10 years, the majority of CGI that you see in movies isn't going to be actual CGI. I think most of it's going to be AI driven.
Yeah. I mean, so where did this video come from? Jamie, can you tell me where this video came from?
So who made this? I don't know who originally.
That is
made
going to
it,
be
but
that is going to be a joke from now on. I'm always going to be talking to Jamie.
we need a Jamie. We'll get a Jamie AI that will talk back. So I don't know who originally made the video, but it was made in a platform called Seed Dance, and there's a
Seed
couple
Dance. Okay.
Seed, CSEE Dance, DANCE, and this platform is being used to make some really good stuff online. So there's a couple of Star Wars channels that I watch because, of course, I'm a big nerd, and I'm telling you, the stuff that these YouTube channels are making with Seed Dance is better than all of the Disney stuff combined. And they're doing this at home on their desktop computers. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's part of me that would say I'd like to create a couple characters and put into these and take some of the books that I love and just, build out it would take a couple years to do that.
Yeah.
But to do, all the scenes, the storyboards and everything, and then put it all together, do the creation and put it all together. I mean, I don't know how long of videos you can create, but you would have to, every prompt and every scene, it would have to be cropped and edited and revised. But I mean, you could do it. And instead of having, think about it this way. So let's say this thing costs $20,000 a year, right?
Okay.
So for $20,000 budget, you could create a movie that could potentially be, $1 billion global sales.
Oh yeah. Guaranteed people are working on that right now. I guarantee.
Oh yeah, and you guarantee people are working against it too, because that makes the wrong people rich, and the other people that believe they're the right people don't like other people getting rich.
Yeah, they can't have that. So you remember a few weeks
that
ago,
was a joke. That was for all those the man keep me down people.
That's me.
I don't actually believe that.
I do believe it.
Yeah.
But do you remember a few weeks ago when we talked about Sora, ChatGPT's video platform? They have a deal with Disney.
The deal with Disney, yeah.
Right.
Where they own the IP,
Sora,
you put it in there.
Right. And so in Sora, you can actually use Disney IP to make things. And there are guide rails, like you can't make like highly inappropriate things with like kids IP, um, at least not in Sora. But uh, everything that you make using Disney's IP, Disney actually owns. And they own not only the video that you produce, they own everything, even if it's completely original idea, original storyline, original characters, as long as it's quasi related to Disney IP, um, they get to keep it. So now they can potentially rebroadcast your videos, which I'll bet they'll have like a series of like Sora shorts they're going to release in a couple of years. 100% they're going to do this. I'll bet they're also
Hmm.
going to start farming that for original content to say, oh, we've already completely destroyed Marvel and Star Wars. Let's see if there's anything in there that we can keep milking this cow with. 100% they're doing it.
Yeah, they need to do a house cleaning down. I mean, they got a new CEO. Let's see when he gets in. Let's see what happens.
Fingers
But
crossed. I mean,
I don't have high hopes. He's a fan favorite. Josh, I think his name.
Josh something, yeah.
But yeah, I think he's a fan favorite. He's big, very well loved in the Disney nerd community. Uh, but does he have the I want to use the technical term balls to do what needs to be done with that company?
So there
And
are some
only
people who
time
are
will
saying
tell.
that he's just a puppet of Iger. I don't know if I believe that yet. I
Ooh,
guess the proof is going to be in the pudding. We'll see how it works out.
Iger wants out, man. He wanted out before. That's why he left. But anyway, we won't go down that route.
That's a different
What's next
conversation
on the
altogether.
news?
All right, next piece of
Yeah,
news leads us into the
one
main
that
topic.
doesn't have that's going to be transcribed where it says that Epstein was a good guy. So a video that's not that is good.
Yeah, more videos that are articles that don't talk about Epstein. Yes. So this
Yeah,
actually leads into
let's
our
see
main
here.
topic. So the battery
Yeah.
from the world's first production solid-state EV was independently tested, and it raises more questions than answered. So, David, do you remember when we were at CES and people
Yep.
kept talking about this random company that popped up out of nowhere called Donut Labs?
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Good for them.
they man they came out of nowhere, and I heard randomly people kept saying, okay, you guys are working on battery stuff, you got to go over and see what they're doing over at Donut, their solid state. And we've heard a lot of solid state news before. We've heard about this sodium ion batteries, we've heard about the graphene batteries, all kinds of things, uh,
Hot sand.
hot, right, yeah, hot sand delivered right to your door. None of it really went anywhere, but this one really caught a lot of people's attention. This solid state battery from Donut Labs. And the interesting thing was, they didn't even have a working model, a working prototype of their battery at CES. It was basically they had a big fancy booth, a lot of salespeople, a lot of people talking about it, great marketing. But one of the things that struck home that actually got a lot of attention was their donut motor, which you actually talked about at one point at the show. Um,
Yeah.
because say what you want about the battery, they got themselves a lot of good press by creating this circular motor that is apparently super efficient and works really well. I've not seen it in action, but people who have seen it in action say an amazing piece of technology. Have you seen this work?
So I was downstairs at the innovation. What's it called? The thing was downstairs. You guys got invited to it, but you weren't
Eureka,
able to
yeah,
have that.
Eureka Park.
Eureka Park. I was
Yeah.
down in Eureka Park, and there was the company that does. It's more for vehicles, and I mean, I guess a motorcycle is a vehicle, but it was like a car tire. But the car tire itself was the wheel itself was
Yeah.
the
Was the motor?
motor. So you have 4 independent motor generators on your vehicle. And I got into a conversation with the guy. I was like, well, can we run one of these up on the freeway, kick this thing down to 2 wheels, your front right, your back left, or crisscross, whatever, fronts or backs, and can the other 2 go into generation mode to help restore? And he looked at me and goes, there's no such thing as perpetual energy. I said, I didn't say to make perpetual energy. I, I'm talking about range extension.
Yeah.
And you could see his eyes just gloss over like,
He never even thought of
holy
that.
shit. It's like
He never even considered it.
really, yeah, but it seemed like really basic to me
Right.
that you would at speeds and things that you don't need, just like GM, and they shut in a V8, and the Escalade we have, it runs 8 cylinders if I'm on it, but if well, actually it's Noah's now, but if we take the foot off, we're up on the freeway, it'll shut down half its cylinders and go into 4-cylinder mode.
Yeah.
And why? To extend the range. It's like you're not trying for perpetuals where it's going to run forever. You're just trying for range extension on your batteries, man. And you could just tell it was like, oh, shit, yeah, perpetual energy doesn't exist, but range extension does. So hopefully they
Yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
Hopefully
we'll
they do it.
see. We'll see.
I will not claim any IP if they do.
And they will definitely not give it if they do.
Yeah,
So
I would hope not, because it seemed pretty damn common sense to me. But go ahead. What we got here?
no, so the
Do
donut
not
motor is
do
what
not
really
make
gave them
batteries?
a lot of credibility, but this solid state battery they're coming up with. So let's read off some of the stats that they're apparently saying. So back in January, Donut Labs and Verge Motorcycles, so essentially the same founders, stunned the electric vehicle world by announcing what they're calling the world's first production vehicle with an all solid state battery. Nobody's actually ridden the thing yet with the battery in it, but they've seen the motor in action. So that's interesting. The Donut Lab battery that powers this motorcycle is considered the holy grail of batteries. The battery gives the motorcycle 370-mile range, can be charged in only 5 minutes, delivers 400 megawatts per kilogram, which, David, you can speak to that. It's quite a lot. Is cheaper to make than lithium-ion batteries, and is made out of 100% green materials. So all of those things combined, it's kind of magical if it's real. And by
Yeah.
magical, I mean
Send us your
probably not real.
poop, and we'll tell you everything about your health.
Right, exactly.
If
We got to
you,
find those.
if
We have
you,
to
if
do where are
it's
they
a
now.
callback to small. Do not actually do that, but
Do
do not
not
actually
send
send it.
anyone your
But
poop.
there was a company that did it, and it turned out they were complete fraudsters. So that's what Sure, there's a lot of things that if you the EM drive, which I think I've brought up on here a few times, the EM drive works theoretically if you create a negative zero or what is called an imaginary number.
Right.
So if you fake the results, then absolutely it'll work. I mean, and that's it.
So
And
you're
using
claiming
imaginary
that
numbers are the
you're claiming that Donut Labs is faking
yeah.
the results of these tests.
I'm claiming that I don't know, and the proof will be in the pudding. Let me actually see your product because I know people that are working on and really good people
Right.
that have years and years and decades in this stuff, and they say 10 to 15 years for solid state, and they looked me dead in the eyes and said, David, it's been 10 to 15 years for 10 to 15 years, so don't hold your breath. So, and they work on this stuff daily. It's
Right.
literally what they do. So, and it's pop up out of nowhere. It's like, oh, I got it figured out. Sure.
Well, and that's the funny thing. So there are really big, I mean, just monster
Hand me
size
the
companies
battery. Yeah.
sinking literally billions of dollars into this research, and they still all say they're 10 to 15 years away. Donut Labs has, I think their corporate has like 20 employees, and they came up with this completely out of nowhere. Nobody even knew they were working on it, and they say
Alien.
not only will it produce all those things, it'll also has 100,000 charge cycles.
That's a lot
100,000
of charge cycles.
That's over. So here's the thing: if you charge, charge cycle is basically how many times you can charge the battery from 0 to full charge. If it's an EV, you're probably going to do that, once every couple days. If you're driving locally, if you're on, a road trip, it's a different story. But 100,000 charge cycles, David. If you charge this battery every single day from 0 to 100, you're going to be charging this thing for like 250 years.
Yeah, it's
Like
a lot
your
of time.
grandchildren, your great grandchildren can be using the same battery that you used. I don't know. What do you
You
think?
get grandpa's battery.
Exactly.
Again, proof. The proof is in the pudding, and they are putting nothing out.
Oh,
There's no
ouch.
tangible product. Give me the product. Stop telling me what it does and show me.
Yeah, so that's the interesting thing. So, you didn't read the agenda because in the agenda, I outlined how they actually did
I did not read the agenda.
send their battery in for official testing from VTT Technical Research Center of Finland. And as far as testing facilities go, it is actually one of the world's best. VTT
Okay.
is actually very well respected. Everybody online is okay with that. Even the
Anything that
skeptics
ends
are
with
like,
TT,
VTT is
I'm all
very
right
well
with.
respected. And so here's the interesting thing. So they actually did send one of their battery packs, smaller battery packs, into VTT to be tested, and they didn't test the chemistry, they didn't test the production, they didn't test the charge cycles. They only tested how quickly it can be charged from 0 to potentially 100. That's the only thing they went to test. So this was apparently Donut Labs' big test results they're revealing to the world.
That's called a capacitor.
Well, I
If
mean,
that's the
I
only
was saving
test,
that for
if
the I was
that's the
saving that for the
only
end.
test, if that's the only test, so this is, I did not read the agenda. I seen the
Yeah, you
title
did
of the
not read the
agenda.
agenda.
I did not read the agenda.
Capacitor was the punchline at the
And
very end of the show, David. Thank you.
so I ruined it. So I mean, just my logical brain and the electrical way I think is, if the only test that you're going to allow somebody to do is the speed of charge, you build a capacitor. You you have a capacitor. That's what
All
that
right.
is.
So for everybody
Yeah.
watching and listening, explain the difference between a capacitor and a battery.
So a capacitor can be filled up with. We're going to do it real basic, okay?
Very
A
basic.
capacitor can be filled up with energy very, very quickly, but it discharges energy fairly quickly as well. It's not for a long time.
It's not for long-term storage. It's not
Uses.
for slow release
Yeah.
use.
No, I don't want it just to fall. I don't want this video to fall into the wrong hands. But if you need to detonate explosives,
I had a different use case other than explosives, but yeah, go ahead.
so the airbag in your car is
Okay.
detonated. That is done with an explosive actuator. It's not just plugging up to your 12-volt battery. What's happening is your 12-volt battery is charging up a high voltage capacitor. And then because it has to fire, and it has to fire a lot of energy extremely quick. So that capacitor is what's there. You make an impact, that capacitor makes its discharge. That is what detonates the actual explosive, is that big high charge you get out of the capacitor. So you're not going to have a lot of energy storage. It's not going to be something you're like, oh yeah, if you know what, I'll give it to them this way. Yeah, they've built a great solid state battery that you have to charge every 50 seconds from every 5 seconds, and that's why it has such a high count, because you are literally, it's all it's going to be doing is charging. So yeah.
Well, I have a capacitor
But
use
a
case
battery
that
is
doesn't.
stored. Yeah.
I have a capacitor use case that will not land you on a watch list.
I don't think I have it anymore, but I used to have the ATF license for explosives. So, that's how I know these things, because I used to actually detonate little
So
explosive items and actuators.
a
The
long,
detonators.
long time ago, I used to work in a photo lab, and
Ah,
those little disposable cameras people would bring in back when film was still a
cool.
thing. You had to actually take the whole thing apart to get the film out of it, and to attach to the flash of those little cameras was a capacitor, because the battery
Capacitor. Oh,
charges
yeah, yeah.
faster.
So,
The capacitor needs that quick burst of energy to make the flash go,
Yep.
and so the other guy in the photo lab and I, we'd always take the capacitors out of the
charge them
out
up
of the well,
and throw them
they
at each
came
other.
they came pretty charged, and we'd sneak up behind each other and give each other a big shock, and
Yeah.
man, that hurts. You'd end up with like
Oh,
a
it does.
big bruise.
Absolutely.
Like you get a big bruise,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it was
Yeah. That sounds fun.
that's what guys do. That was a guy thing. So VTT did actually test these batteries to at least see if they could meet the standard that Donut said it could go from 0 to 100% charge in under 5 minutes. What they found was interesting. They found that it could get up to 80% charge in 4.5 minutes, which is pretty close. It's not bad. What they did also find, unfortunately, is after successive charges, it would only consistently give about a 77% retention rate of the energy. So that means, where's the other 25% of the energy that's going into the battery going, David? I bet you know where it's going. Heat.
Actually, I don't. I'm not. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
It
I was. Well,
dissipated
I
as
was going to
heat.
say heat. I was going to say heat, but that was the Fakazi. Just evaporates off. Just yeah.
So the interesting
So
thing, so
incandescent light bulbs do good like that too.
so the company claims that the battery, on top of all of its other magical features, it can also function perfectly well at 22 degrees Fahrenheit below zero and up to 212 Fahrenheit um, above zero. So quite a broad range of use of this battery. Uh, what they found was, since after a period of time it gave off a ton of heat, it gave off 194 degrees Fahrenheit. They actually had to stop the experiment because this battery started to get too hot. It was actually too hot for their equipment. They eventually restarted the test. But David, this brought up another question that I'm going to let you answer. If this is only
Okay.
one
I
small
wish
battery
I'd have.
pack.
I'm getting a quiz. I'm wishing that I'd studied now.
No,
And he gave me the
you're gonna
show.
know this one. So
All
if
right.
you
What
have
you got? What you got?
one small battery pack, one little kind of one cell essentially, that reaches almost 200 degrees Fahrenheit, right? What do you think
Okay.
would happen if you have 1,000 of those packed into a very compact small space, and each one of those is quickly reaching in about 4 minutes 200 degrees Fahrenheit? What do you think is going to happen? Pretty quickly.
I mean, first of all, you're going to overheat any of the equipment you're trying to in that room. There's not going to be anything you can
You're
run in
going to
that
melt
room.
the car.
You're
If this is under the bottom of an EV,
Oh,
you're going to melt that car.
see, well, I mean, 200 degrees. I mean, your
Well,
car
200 degrees
runs.
per cell. That's going to multiply because each cell is going to
Yeah,
heat up
you
the
have
other cells.
expansion on it.
It's not even expansion. It's thermal. It's not thermal runaway as in a fire necessarily, but it's going to be.
Yeah,
It's definitely going to melt
thermal
the enclosure.
compounding.
It's certainly it's thermal compounding.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was looking at it from an energy storage
No, I was
perspective.
thinking
If I
from a
have them,
heat perspective. What
running a
happens
data center or something along
the
those
heat
lines.
from each
That's
cell.
in order. I mean, you can't. I mean, standard sprinkler is 155 degrees. I mean, you have to have higher temperature. I mean, there's a lot to it because I mean they have to operate in that range. Then you got to worry about the wire coating as well because that's only rated to a certain temperature.
Right.
Yeah, we got time. 10 to 15 years. We got time. I just don't. It's just not there yet. It's just not there yet. Will there be someday something that we find that's better than a lithium-ion battery? Yes, we will figure something out in the future that will be better than lithium-ion. And before anybody gets in the comments and say we have lithium iron phosphate or LFP batteries, that's still a lithium-ion battery.
But David, I read
one
on
day we'll
I
find.
read on websites for solar installers that LFP cannot catch fire. It's impossible for it to catch fire, David.
Yeah,
I've been told this.
Yeah. Let's see what their insurance does when the place catches on fire. And they're like, these people told me, and it's on their website. I mean, if you have a place, if you have a solar backup from a provider like that, solar with storage, and they tell you it can't, go take a screenshot of that website because that's going to do you very well in a lawsuit.
Exactly.
Exhibit A, and any email that they ever sent you that said that, do it. Keep it all. But yeah, they absolutely can. Anyway, but we'll have something that does come and displace lithium-ion batteries eventually. And we can all hope for that. But there's never going to be this magical thing that has 100% of the positives and none of the downside. Standard Oil of New York was extremely popular and grew to that was a good pop, bud. That was a good pop. That was good. That was a good corking, man. You're really giving a good corking over there. Anyway, Standard Oil of New York became extremely popular and wildly successful because of that very first word. Previous to them, when you had the old oil lamps back in the day, and that was a lot of heat, a lot of light. I mean, that's what people used back then. But there were all kinds of blends, and there was no standardization of it. And you may try to light your lantern with, Steve's oil and Drug Emporium oil, and it might just blow up literally right on your table and burn your house down.
Right. Yeah.
That was a risk. And then there were some that were so diluted or had so much contaminant or contaminant in it that it barely burned. And when it barely burns, it's going to release that black, thick soot that some people have seen. If you burn something and it's not burning very clean, you get a lot of black smoke coming off of it.
Hmm.
That is because of impurities in it. So there was every range from barely lighting or not lighting at all to exploding, wild range. And then Standard Oil comes out and standardizes this is every and this wasn't just between different brands. You could buy Steve's oil one day and it'd be great and run right down the middle. You could buy it another day, it runs rich. You buy it another day, it runs contaminated and with that heavy soot. So Standard said, these are the rules, these are the guidelines. We are going to use every can of Standard Oil is going to be this quality.
Hmm.
Okay. It still caught fire. I mean, you can still, I mean, you spill it, you're still going to catch fire. It still has vapors. It still has all these things. So yes, they standardized it, but there was still all the risks.
Right.
We have done a lot in the past 5 years to standardize requirements for lithium ion batteries. There's a standardized testing for them.
Hmm.
There's now code in NFPA and other bodies that build code that are tuned to it and understand it a lot more. So it's in the 5 years we've done well, but there's still the risk there. The next thing, the solid state battery or hot sand delivered fresh to your house, hot fresh sand delivered directly to your house, whichever one of those, you're either going to run a risk of super high heat at 200 degrees per
Right.
cell compounding, and you're going to burn yourself down just running the batteries or trying to charge the batteries, capacitors. Or you run the risk of a what is it when you like you could get buried alive by your hot sand delivery.
The fresh hot sand.
So
We gotta bring that back and see where
both
that company is.
yeah, hopefully they're
Where
gone.
are they now? Yeah.
But it would be like, where are they now? These companies that we said this is absolutely stupid. Did you actually make it? Or did they prove us wrong, or are we right? And I believe we're
Right.
right. But any of these things, they all have the risk. So the idea that we're going to create something that's cold fusion uh, anytime soon is just. And then by the time we build cold fusion, something will happen. We'll have an unknown. It'll release gamma rays or something and turn us all into the Hulk. I don't know.
Now that would be cool. I'd pay for that. That'd be pretty awesome.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. It-
But no, so we talked about this. So we actually touched on this briefly, like last week or the week before, where I mentioned that anything that's holding an energy has energy capacity to hold energy has the potential to release that energy in unpredictable ways. That's the
yeah.
thing. It doesn't matter if it's solid state or whatever it happens to be. If there's energy being stored, it can be discharged in ways that you cannot predict sometimes. That's just the matter of the fact. It doesn't matter if it's sodium ion, lithium ion, graphene, solid state. The energy is in there. It wants to go someplace else. That's how electricity works.
Yeah.
And
Electricity wants to move.
sometimes it's
It
going to
is.
go someplace that you don't want it to go. That's just the fact.
Yes, it is. And what was it? The sodium ion was like, yeah, so they didn't have the energy density of lithium ion. It was a little better than lead acid, but safe and could not catch fire. And guess they were wrong about that one.
Did you see that
Guess they
video I
were
sent
wrong
you of
about
the
that.
of the sodium ion battery
Yes,
exploding?
the
I
sodium ion
mean,
battery exploding. Yeah.
that was pretty energetic.
Oh yeah.
So for
Yeah.
people watching and
There
listening,
was.
yeah, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say for people watching and listening, there was a video I found on YouTube of somebody doing a puncture test on a sodium ion battery, and man, it was impressive. Like it was more impressive than a lot of the lithium ion battery explosions I've seen.
Yeah, it's very important to, and this is when I do a lot of presentations that are around batteries and whatnot, and I always do a section of it. The very beginning of the section is it kind of understanding what a battery is and how they're built, their construction, And one of the things I like to really point out, because I'm not in a room full of battery experts most of the time. Occasionally, I do present to battery experts, and I'm like, guys, this part is not for you. Uh, don't flag me down. Don't correct my words. This is for somebody who knows nothing about batteries. They need to know this is the generalized. I know you use a 5 micron sheet of the. I don't need that. It's not important to the story.
Yeah.
And this is coming from a guy who loves to paint a very colorful story too. Positive and negative, when they come in contact with each other, bad things happen.
Yes.
Bad things happen. That's called a fire. That's
Right.
called a kaboom.
It doesn't matter what the chemistry is. That positive and negative.
Doesn't matter what the
There's energy there.
exactly. Positive and negative is a short circuit, and circuits do not like to be shorted. It likes to have resistance in between. It likes to have something, a load on it. So yeah, don't short things out. And if you puncture a battery, that is an immediate short of positive and negative. So yeah, kaboom.
That's exactly it. It's a good. It's a great way to put it. It's a great way to put it. But David, here's what you're not understanding. Here's
What I'm not. What understand you? What understand? Man, it's been a long time since we've done
that. The CEO of Donut Lab, so several years ago, before he had gotten into this motorcycle company, before Donut was even a thing, he actually had an AI company that he was in charge of. And
Okay.
His AI company, he claimed at the time very, very publicly that he'd already created the world's first AGI. That means human level independent intelligence in an AI. And it made big news at the time. And then it quickly disappeared. And for some reason, people are still giving him, man, this guy's he's probably a billionaire right now from the money he's getting from the hype from Donut Labs. So, David, I got to ask you.
Oh, yeah.
I think I already know what you're going to say. Donut Labs, is it real? Or is it just a marketing ploy to get investors' money?
Donut Labs is real.
It's a real company.
And they could be doing absolute honest to God research. They could.
They have something that charges very quickly
and produces a lot of heat, just like a capacitor. I get it. I get it.
But they have something.
And they could be doing amazing and great research. They may be the ones that crack it.
It's possible.
But I don't think they have it yet. I don't, and this is just me, and I have no direction with it. It's hard because of what, just on me, it would be hard for me to invest in a company like that without a little more proof. Like, you guys are a startup company. And if somebody goes, well, give me the proof, you can hand them the product.
I can actually hand them the product.
And say, I'm not going to tell you how to test it. You go test it to what you think you're going to. You go do what you think needs to be done. And what does that need to be done? I need to, will it detect my drill batteries in my cabinet used as directed? Will it do this? Will it do these things? And the answer to that question for your product is yes. Yes, it will function. It will do exactly what you guys say it does. And you're like, hey, if I want to step it up and do my battery storage, can you do that? Well, yes, we can. And if it pushed kind of to shove, I mean, it's one of the most flexible. It is the most flexible system out there for what you guys do, mainly because it's the only one that really does it. But there are a couple of people that have tried it, and no. But it's you have a product that can be shipped off, and you don't say only tested in this very, very small and very, very specific way.
Right.
And you would have thought that before they shipped it off to VTD, that they would have tested this as well and known going in about the 200-ish degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah, there's a lot of, it raised a lot of questions. That's the thing.
Okay, so let's small nerd window here, guys. Small nerd window. Um, Newton's law of, is it energy conservation or conservation of it?
Laws of
Anyway,
energy, the conservation of energy. Yeah.
conservation of energy. Yeah. If you're producing that much heat, that is taking it. You're not creating heat. You're not creating that heat energy from nothing.
Right.
Your heat energy is being created from the battery, which means that battery is converting the energy that you are putting into it, that capacitor, into it to heat. So if it's at that rate, that high of rate at 200 degrees for such a small, and it's, after just a handful of charges, then how much how much of the energy you're putting in is being converted to heat?
Right.
So is it really efficient? Is it really convert? I mean, to
Well,
have that much, it just shocks me. And it shocks me that they would send it to some highly reputable lab and have it tested knowing that. And
well,
if
so
they
the
didn't know
really
that, then I'd be firing a lot of people.
right, and here, so the really interesting thing is, even all the way back at CES, this was like CES was their official unveiling. They said that it is production ready. It can fit any form factor. So basically, you could have like the frame of a motorcycle, and you could actually fit the battery within the frame, and it would take up the internal parts of the frame. Uh, so it can fit any form factor.
Oh,
It's production ready. I mean, they can make it right now in mass, and it's less expensive to produce than lithium-ion batteries. But they haven't actually sent any out to be independently tested. Nobody knows. Nobody in the entire world knows what chemistry is in it. There there are no vehicles on the road testing it out using it currently. They haven't sent versions of it out to different reviewers to review at least how it performs. Nothing. They say it's ready. They say they can produce them in mass right now without question. They say it's less expensive than lithium ion. Yet nobody's actually seen one except for this one lab who got one cell. I don't know. Is marketing or not? So here's an interesting thing. About 1 week after CES, they put out this website. I do not believe.com. So apparently they got a lot of feedback at CES of people saying, it's fake. It's vaporware. It doesn't work. Several really big CEOs directly called them out publicly and said, "You guys are a scam." And so they published this website um, where the CEO is talking about introducing their technology and how it works, and this sort of how it works. Next test result is going to be in 3 days, 10 hours, 41 minutes, and 46, 45, 43 seconds. So we'll see. Maybe they do have more test results coming out that are going to confirm more of their claims. But this sort of this almost seems like a a marketing ploy that you don't see from legitimate companies. You don't see this from BYD. You don't see it from Samsung
no,
or
BYD
Honda.
is great. Yeah. So
You know what I mean?
I, I've I've got enough. I've got enough. I've got to point something out here. I've got to point something out here. Because we've actually called. This was one of the companies that was in the same show that we did with the Hey Finish Your Poop.
Yeah.
On this website, actually calls them out as the next Theranos.
Oh, it says next Theranos. Where does it say this?
Yeah, right there. So if you go here, you go. Look right above here, you go.
Oh, yep, the next Theranos. Hilarious. That's really funny. So for those who don't know, Theranos was a company uh, where they said they can take a tiny blood sample, like a
Yep.
like a like a like a finger prick sample of blood, and they can tell you all of your health problems. And this company got billions of dollars, and
Yeah. So
the
they
CEO is
went.
actually
I
in
got it pulled
prison
up.
now.
I got it pulled up. I got it pulled up. That they took $700 million from venture capitalists and private investors, resulting in a $9 billion valuation.
Wow.
And then yeah, it was absolutely proven false. And
Yeah,
yeah, it was
and it was
so
all
you'll
fake.
actually notice on here as well There's another one that says, "Calm down, Elizabeth Holmes."
Oh, that's funny. So Elizabeth Holmes,
Yeah,
she was the
which I
CEO.
believe
She's in prison now.
yeah, she was CEO. Yeah, she was the CEO. So there's 2 references to that one company. I mean, to have a website that just to have a dedicated website that just calls you straight out as being fake, I mean,
But here's the
that's
thing. So they're making extraordinary claims. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, extraordinary proof. They
yes.
claim that more test results are coming out in 3 days, 10 hours, 39 minutes. We'll see what they come
Yeah.
out with. Maybe you. And here's the thing: we could all be eating crow right now in 4 days. It's possible. It's
You know what?
possible they
There
have a magical recipe where they're breaking the laws of thermodynamics. I don't know. Maybe.
yeah, it turns out Newton was wrong.
Maybe these 20 guys figured it out.
I'm a pretty smart feller, and if I was wrong, don't you think I'd know? But I mean, that's just
Right. Well, here's my working
I
theory.
use that quote a
I
lot,
have, I have
actually.
I have a working theory about what's happening. If they're correct, here's my theory, David. You ready for this? It goes one of
All
two
right,
ways.
let's
One, a somebody came back. They have a time traveler on their staff that came back from the future with future technology. It actually rewrites the laws of physics as we know it to make the donut solid state battery. Version two of this theory is it's not a time traveler. I'm not saying it's
it's
aliens,
aliens.
but it's aliens.
It's aliens. I knew you were gonna go with aliens. I knew it was gonna be aliens. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Seeing as how we're supposed to have all the alien documents given to us now, maybe we'll find out some more.
Oh boy, I have
It's
a lot of
alien.
thoughts on that. A lot of thoughts. There's nobody who wants alien documents more than me, but I have a lot of thoughts on that I'm not going to say publicly right now.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. But yeah, bottom line is we're lithium ions is where it's at right now, and we're going to be there for a while.
Right. It's not
And
going
you know
anywhere.
what? If I'm eating crow in a week, the world just made an advancement, and I'm happy for it. So
That's it. And but here's what I've been
we
saying. I actually
we
said this
won't.
in I said this in probably 3 separate meetings this week alone. Look, hypothetically, if there was some magical company that came out with a brand new magical technology and they said, okay, from this point onward, all devices that require batteries will use this solid state, perfectly safe, 100% uh, non flammable battery. Under any circumstances, it can never catch fire. From this point onward, all devices with batteries are going to have this thing. What you're still left with is everything that is currently on the market that has a lithium ion battery still exists. And guess what? Those batteries, not only do
Yes.
they still exist, they're aging, which means as they get older, what happens? They become more volatile, more prone to
Yep.
problems. And that means
Dendrites. Yeah.
you still need something that can be an early detection platform. So I'm not worried at all. I still
Yeah.
think we have some
I
time, like you
wouldn't
said. I
be.
still think we have at least 10 to 15
At
years.
least 10 years. Yeah, 10, 15 years before we get. I mean, and I mean, if somebody pulls that in with the advancements in AI, we pull that into 8 years. Great, great. But
And that would be an advancement
we
for all
we
of
still got,
humanity. That would be fantastic.
yeah, would be a good thing. So let's let's create an imaginary negative zero, and then we can create the M drive, and we can just zip all over the cosmos.
Well, whatever alien slash future being brought this donut lab technology to us, maybe he can help us with that. We'll see.
Yeah. And tonight on Coast to Coast with Art Bell.
See, we got to host that show. We'd be great. But
Uh,
in the meantime, I kind of feel like here's my theory with Donut Lab. And it's not out there. It's actually pretty mundane. Here's my theory with Donut Lab. I think they probably have some pretty good technology. I think they got some really smart people working over there, working on some really cool ideas. I think they genuinely believe they're right on the verge of something fantastic. I think they probably made a superconductor that is verging into the realm of battery functionality, and I think they believe they can make that happen successfully. What I do think, however, is that they're using all of this hype about this new solid state battery to drive funding to make this other thing happen. I think what's going to happen is they're going to build this thing up, get as much funding as possible, any way they can get it, and they're going to use that to fund building what they claim they already have. Now, Whether that actually happens in the long run, whether they can actually make it feasible in the long run, that's a different story. That's tomorrow's problem for them. Right now, today's problem is getting the funding, and that includes a lot of hype, a lot of publicity, and a lot of marketing gimmicks to make it happen. And I think that's what we've seen. I think we're witnessing right now one of the biggest marketing gimmicks in modern history.
Let's see how it plays out. We got a few days, and I'm sure that in 4 days we'll be reconvened, and this time next week we'll be like, all right, let's see what was those results. Let's see what they released.
Yeah. Well, maybe we'll make
It'll be a
that.
good thing.
Maybe if they have like weekly updates, that can be like our weekly thing. Is we'll check in with. That won't be. It won't be the whole agenda, but maybe we'll have a weekly
No,
check in on where does
yeah,
Donut Lab stand today.
yeah, yeah. It could be something. Let's see how it turns out. But I don't think they have anything yet.
Nah,
I think
I'm not holding my
they
breath.
could be doing honest to God research on it, and having a lofty goal is one thing. Saying you've already done it's a different thing.
Right.
Our goal is to build this, and not that we have built this. Because if you have built this and you're ready to press play on the production button, then your batteries would have been in vehicles already. They're in Europe, right? This place is over in Europe.
Yes. Yeah, it's in Europe.
Um,
I don't know their exact
the
headquarters, but yeah.
largest auto manufacturer in the world is in Europe, in a little country called Germany, right? They have a lovely manufacturing plant over there. Largest manufacturer of cars, largest manufacturing plant. There, the Volkswagen auto, whatever they call them, conglomerate. Your pack would have been in cars testing already.
Well,
So
I'm trying to bring the page up now because but Ecamm is glitching on me. They already own
glitch.
a motorcycle company. They have that motorcycle company. They have Verge Motorcycles with that donut battery built into the wheels, or the donut motor built into the wheels. And we already know the donut motor works. Guess what? Yeah, they got the donut motor. Put the donut battery in the motorcycle company that you already own. Send these things all over the world to every single trade show, every single race, every single sponsored event. Guess what? You will be the biggest company in the world overnight if you just put it out there. You claim you have it.
Yep.
Why not put it out there and
Let's see.
immediately become the biggest, highest valued company in the entire world? Because if they can do what they say they can do, they have literally rewritten the laws of physics and thermodynamics, and replaced every single battery on the market.
Yeah, good for
Done.
good for them. I mean, our houses we would have lines that run to our stove, maybe something that's super high energy, but everything else would just basically be a charging pad, and you could run low voltage instead, and then you just your device sets on this for 5 minutes and charges. Everything would have a battery in it at that point.
Right, because it would be perfectly safe. Why wouldn't everything have a battery in it? And as Donut says, their batteries can fit any form factor. You now no longer need the space that a big bulky battery takes up, because you can put the battery in the frame of the device itself. So if they claim they can do it. If they can do it, why aren't they doing it? Why would you? If you know that
you can do it.
A world-changing thing, why aren't you changing the world right now?
Yeah, the proof is in the pudding. Let's go. And
right.
They need to be putting it into vehicles or into other equipment, or like Wes said, you got your own damn bike. Put it in a damn bike.
Right. You have your own motorcycle.
Put it in a bike. Put it in a bike. Take it out to Nürburgring and have fun. Let's see it go.
And it's a cool looking bike. I got to admit. Have you seen this bike they have?
Yeah, it's a cool looking bike. It's a bike for people not like me.
So here's what I want to know.
That is to say, fat.
So if the wheel is the motor on this thing, what do you think is in the body? What is that bulky spot in the body there? What is that?
Well, I mean, it's
not the battery.
A battery, clearly.
It can't be the battery.
It's not that battery. It's not that battery, but it's a battery.
This must be some kind of battery. They claim their battery.
Yeah, it has to be a battery.
Nobody's used it yet. We know the motor.
Oh yeah, it's sits in there. We don't charge it because it gets too damn hot. Can you imagine riding around on a bike that was, 400 freaking degrees.
If you had to estimate what the thermal, what did you call it? The thermal,
Oh, compounding.
the thermal compounding. What do you estimate the thermal compounding on 500 of those cells could be?
I don't know, man. That's a good question, and
It's
that's
obvious.
something
It's
I'd have
definitely
to
going to
know
melt whatever
exactly.
plastic you have it next to. It's
Yeah,
going to
I
melt
mean
its own
that's. I
housing.
mean, you have to find out what the melting. I mean the materials are all sustainable and green. They said.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
Um,
sense either. Nobody
it's
can
not
even guess at
wrapped.
the
I mean, that's
chemistry.
not in seaweed. Yeah, you didn't make that out of seaweed, brother.
Yeah, that's not
No.
recycled Coke bottles. Like,
Yeah, brother, man.
and that's the
You
thing
gotta
is,
do better than that.
everybody online, like, there are no even working theories on what the chemistry could be. That's the thing. Maybe that's what we're going to see in three or 4 days. We'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what that. I mean, if we're eating crow, we're eating crow. But I'm willing to take that risk.
Exactly.
I won't
All
call them a
right.
scam. I won't call them a scam, mainly because I don't want legal action. Uh, but I would say at best they have a hope to build something. Um,
I think they
and
think they're going to build
they
something.
could honestly be doing research.
Right. And I genuinely, I've said this all along. You know, my company that I'm building relies on lithium-ion batteries being a thing. I genuinely hope there's somebody working on something better
Oh
because
yeah.
it will,
Oh, there
in the
are.
long run, save lives. It's going to save property. I don't think we're anywhere near it being a viable solution anytime
Yeah.
soon for consumer goods, but possibly maybe something soon. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Donut Labs is onto something.
Yeah. It is always possible. Um, we'll have to play that one out by year. Have to play that one out by year. But in the meantime, but when is your website going live for orders? When people can start putting their pre-orders in?
So, all right. So
And
I
can
was
you
going to
bring
get
your
in.
website up so that people can see it?
Sure. So the website is. Hang on. I didn't have it ready. So as
That's all
far as
right.
pre-orders go, that's not on the website right now.
Okay.
We are. Let me pull that up. So we're working on getting funding to get us into full production. Go back again. Ecamm is being a jerk. All right. So flashpointsafety.com.
So
So go ahead.
as a business guy, I will tell you, stop saying waiting on funding and start saying we're just cut that part out and just say pre we'll be starting pre-order soon. There we go.
Yes, we will
That's it.
be starting
That's all you need to
pre-orders
say.
soon. Pre-orders
There
will
you go.
be. I'm anticipating start opening pre-orders in about 2 to 3 weeks. I guess. Yeah, you guys don't need to know how the sausage is made.
As your official consultant, your business consultant, just that was free.
Yeah, you guys don't need to know how the sausage is made. In 2 to 3 weeks,
Exactly.
pre-orders will be made, or will be open rather. So you yourself can own the world's first consumer level early detection platform for lithium ion batteries. Um,
That's worth a damn.
it's it's
Other people have kind of tried and they stopped because they couldn't figure out why their thing didn't work. And they never called me to figure it out. Otherwise, I'd have told them.
right. So in the meantime, what you can do is you can actually do your homework on lithium ion batteries and the potential risks and the benefits. You can actually go to the Flashpoint Journal of Battery Safety. So the Flashpoint Journal of Battery Safety it's updated almost daily at this point, where we talk about all of the different rules, regulations, laws regarding batteries, battery safety. We have different recalls on here. Here's an interesting one. A recall from Volkswagen that we just posted about. So this was
Yep.
interesting because Volkswagen, they recalled, what did they recall? They recalled 43.8 thousand vehicles from just one of the recalls for potential overheating issues with one of the batteries. A second recall in the same vehicle line with a different battery issue. They had two different battery issues in the same vehicle line. So this is one thing that we talk about on here is you can't boil all battery issues down to one thing. Uh, David, you can attest to this. damage to batteries that causes thermal runaway can come from a number of different sources. It's highly unpredictable because of that. Because there are manufacturing issues, there are electrical issues with the battery, there can be physical damage that take place to the battery. But this article outlines two different issues with the same vehicle line that caused recalls. So just an interesting read. I recommend going to the Flashpoint Journal of Battery Safety and just learning a little bit about it and finding out what your options are. David, what do you think about what are the different ways that batteries can become damaged to potentially cause
So there's three
dangerous?
there's three primary ways that you can trigger a lithium-ion battery into thermal runaway. The first of which is physical damage or a physical abuse of the battery. We talked about a puncture. That was on a sodium ion, but we do puncture tests, or there are puncture tests done on lithium ion batteries as well. And people do puncture them. One of the videos that I love to watch and share a lot is this guy working out at the gym. He sets his phone, he sets basically drops the dumbbell on his phone. He's a little upset, but he gets up and he walks off, takes like 2 or 3 steps, his phone blows up in his hand. Now he's fine. He was okay, but the phone just boom, catches fire, blows up in his hand. But that is a physical abuse of the battery. So that physically breaks the separator, which is surprisingly what separates the positive side from the negative. Remember me saying that earlier? Don't let them touch. So that's an instantaneous break in the separator of the battery, and that is a physical abuse. Then you have the next way is electrical abuse of the battery. This is overcharging a battery. This is when you take your laptop charger, which I am absolutely guilty of using. I have a I don't even know why I have that charger actually. But it's a Dell, and I don't have. I mean, my laptops now are both MacBooks now, but I use it on both my MacBooks, my iPad, my phone, my iPhone. If it's got a USB-C port, I just plug that sucker right in, and that's terrible because that's a 65 watt or a 90 watt whatever uh, output on it. So I'm running a higher risk. You shouldn't do that. You should use the charger that goes with your battery, and that is overcharging. That is electrical abuse of the battery, and that can cause a breakdown in that separator and basically forcing electricity through it and make a stronger connection from your positive side to your negative side, and then kaboom, right? And then the last one is the thermal abuse of a battery, which 200 degrees Fahrenheit. That's going to get your phone, like when your phone goes into the you got it outside, you're at this beach, it says it's shutting down operations
We've all been there. Yeah.
to lower the temperature. That is your battery management system actively trying to take load off your processor so that it lowers the temperature against your phone, against your battery, so that it can bring it back down in temperature, to the point where it'll go as far as shutting your phone completely
Mm-hmm.
down. The that is the thermal abuse. That's a pretty easy one to understand. It's actually one of the more common ones to happen is a thermal abuse of the battery. So they just got overheated. So those are the three main ways. If you boil all the different things, those are the three ways that the batteries get abused and then trigger into venting and then into thermal runaway.
Yeah.
There you
And
have it.
so
There's a
so
nerd moment for everybody.
no, but it's important information to have though, because one of the things that we constantly talk about in the Flashpoint Journal is just educating people. Because right now,
Because knowing is half the battle.
knowing is half the battle. Thanks, GI Joe. Uh, but right
Anytime.
now, that's really the biggest tool that we have is education. Is educating
You're a
the
tool.
consumer and the end user. Some of us are bigger tools than others. It's true.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
But education, because people don't always realize. Guess what? If you drop your phone in a weird way, there could be damage that took place to the battery that you don't realize, and it could actually explode when it's in your pocket. Um, Kids with e-scooters who ride those things, and they're taking jumps and they're going over bumps and they're driving through puddles, and they go home and they put their e-scooter in their family living room to charge it overnight.
Ugh.
Everybody goes to bed, 3 a.m., thing catches fire. These are things people don't realize. We did another article not too long ago about a family home that burned down. Um, So this battery had only caught fire for like 11 minutes before firefighters came and put this thing out. Um, Fire emergency responded super fast. The fire was out within like 11 minutes, but that was enough time for this scooter that was in the family's garage to burn down the entire house. Because guess what? It filled the garage with these vapors, the electrolytic vapors, and they're not just flammable,
Oh,
they're
hold on,
explosive.
not electro. So did, hold on, I got to stop and correct you here.
All right, go ahead.
The electrolytic vapors are a small part of it at the very beginning. That happens under the venting part of the battery, the initial cell venting. Once a battery triggers into the runaway stage, and then you're actually producing a lot of methane, propanes, butanes, CH4 LEL gases, carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, and a lot of hydrogen. So those are the vapors, those are the gases that you're talking about that build up in copious amounts that
Well,
cause those
there you
bigger
go.
issues. All
So
right,
it
there
filled the
you go.
space of the
Now that I've made
garage.
the correction, go ahead.
It filled the space of the garage, and then when they caught fire, they didn't just catch fire; they exploded. They exploded. They sent the garage door down the driveway. It caught the rest of the house on fire almost instantly. Within 11 minutes, this whole house was a complete write off. It was gone. That's how
Yep.
quickly this stuff can happen. And that was from a scooter, not charging in a living room or a family room. That was charging in the garage where people thought it was safe. And it should have been.
Yeah.
So that's why education is our number one goal right now. Because what people don't know will keep them up at night. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So I got another
Yeah,
story.
some of the
So
stuff you do, I mean, I get on my kids all the time because I see them, they'll charge their phones and stuff, and it'll be in their bed.
yeah.
And
Well, David,
like,
how many of us
I wanna
charge our
replace
phones while we're
all of the
sleeping and it's right next to us? I do it.
I do mine's all wireless. I don't have a ch I mean, I don't plug my phone into charge unless unless I'm traveling in a hotel, um,
And then it's
where I
right next
don't
to your
have
head
wireless
while you're
chargers.
sleeping.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's on a table, but
It'll do
it
it.
is relatively close. Um, but yeah, I mean, even here, I mean,
There was a
I
there's a
admit to doing
firehouse
all
in
kinds of stupid things.
there's a fire station in New Jersey where we're going to start a pilot program where as soon as we get into full production, we're actually going to send our products and put them in fire stations to monitor their power tools while they're charging, just so firefighters can actually have awareness of our product. And one of them is actually going to be a firehouse in New Jersey, where last year, guess what? They had a fire where they were charging power tools unattended. One of them went in thermal runaway, and they actually had a fire in their fire station. So it happens to the best of us.
I'm gonna rat one of my, and it's not really ratting, but I'm gonna talk about something that happened to one of my coworkers. She was traveling and she was out all day. She comes back in and she gets ready to knock on her or get ready to go into her hotel room, and she hears a lot of talking and voices inside. And I mean, that's gonna freak somebody out, right? I mean,
Sure.
if I walk up to my hotel room and
You hear
I
voices in the
before I
room.
go
You're
inside,
like,
I hear voices, I'm back downstairs. Yeah, I'm not going in that room.
right.
And for a woman, I would say it's even more frightening. So uh, she goes downstairs and she's like, "Oh, we had an issue in your room."
Oh.
Her travel makeup mirror, vanity mirror, whatever it
Uh huh.
is, that has the little lights and stuff on it.
Oh, sure.
She
Yeah.
didn't know she did not know that it was a lithium ion battery inside of it. And
They
she
always
just
are.
had
They're
it plugged
rechargeable.
up and charging,
Hmm.
and it caught fire.
Yeah.
It did its thing, it caught fire, and they got it out on the balcony and got it put out because it's not a very big battery. The amount of we'll call it pizzazz of the battery is on the size, the energy density, and state of charge, a couple other things. But it's a very small battery, and I think she said it was charging, but again, it's a really small battery. We're talking maybe 1 amp hour, probably even less than that. Probably a half an amp hour, 500 milliamps, something along those lines. That it was. So it didn't burn and do all kinds of crazy stuff, but it did catch fire. It did burn that unit. It did fill her room up with smoke and
Oh, yeah.
vapors and all those other things. And and that happened to one of us. Um, and somebody that I've had trainings with, somebody that I've talked to, somebody I've given lectures to that, um, I mean, she's been in this industry for as long, I think, as I am, and she has a nice set certificate. I mean, so she's she's no slouch when it comes to fire protection,
Right.
but she just simply did not know that it was lithium ion in there. No idea. So she would have never thought. And now it comes to play of what happens if that would, I mean, now while it was on a countertop, a marble or granite countertop, or even formica, whatever, it didn't burn long enough to really catch any major things on fire. But had it been in her suitcase, because it's packed in
Right.
her
Had it been sitting on
uh,
her pillow
check
or her
bag,
bed or on a towel in the
well, it's in the,
bathroom.
think about in a check bag on an airplane and then caught fire then.
Oh, at 30,000 feet. That's right.
Yeah. And in the cargo, and it just caught fire because now it's up against a lot of soft materials, the
Mhm.
fabrics that can catch fire and flame spread and build. And now we got an emergency. So yeah, it just simply just by, I'm going to use the word ignorance, but it's not. I'm not in a demeaning way. It's just that she simply did not know that it was lithium ion battery in there. So she's
Right.
checked that thing, and every time they've asked that question, any lithium ion batteries, she said no,
Hmm.
and the
Well,
whole
you know,
time there was.
we all remember a few years ago when they'd say, "Hey, if you have this Samsung phone, you can't bring that on the plane at all."
The Samsung Note 7, yep.
Yeah, and that was really the
I had
people's.
2 of them.
I think that was most people's first like awareness that this could be a problem.
Yeah. That well, yeah, that was the series of things that really put it in the highlight. There was a little bit of stuff that but nothing really splashy or flashy. I mean, you've seen a couple places like, well, they were charging their pillow, they were charging their phone under the pillow, and this happened. There were a few of those, but most people associate them with the behavior of charging the phone under a pillow,
Right.
or in the bed or something along those lines, not the fact that, oh, you did a thermal abuse of a lithium ion battery, and that's what caused the problem.
Right.
Excuse me.
So you mentioned a couple things that I'm not going to reveal online that we have on our roadmap, but we are working for
Oh yeah.
towards
Oh
multiple
yeah.
ends of this technology. Honestly, if people understood what was on our roadmap, we would have a line at my front door right now of people knocking saying, "Hey, let's
I
talk."
want to invest. Yeah.
Yeah, we have some very, very interesting things happening. So, like I said, the first couple
Bigger
iterations
than
of our
Donut Labs.
technology, the first couple things iterations of our technology will be in full production within 2 to 3 weeks. At that time, we're actually going to have pre-sales on a website that will be flashpointsafety.com. Right now, it's not on there, but in 2 to 3 weeks, check back. We'll let you know. Um, Again, it's been really exciting. It's been 2 years building up. We're almost there. Counting down the days. We're so close. I keep saying it, but we're so close. Never been closer.
Right there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
All righty. I think we about ran the course on this one.
We
And
have. Well, David,
yeah, it was a good show.
I hope you had a happy
Good
birthday
time.
yesterday. I hope you're enjoying your birthday
It was a
whiskey
good time.
from Nikki today. That's a really
Yeah,
good
that
bottle.
was
You
that
should
was
enjoy
pretty that was
that.
pretty good. That
Don't
was
drink
pretty
it
good.
all. Save some of
That
that
was the
because that's a special
that
one.
was the Weller. That was the Weller single barrel. And I will very small. So I cracked open my Eagle Rare because I didn't
Yeah,
want to pour any more of the
good
Weller.
idea. Yep, yep.
Which is rare. I mean, I've never been like, oh, I can't drink that whiskey. But now I've got one that's like, yeah, I can't just sit
Yeah.
down and have a
Well, that's
you know
always been your thing. Is like
big
I'm
ass
not a
glass of that
whiskey
whiskey.
collector. I'm a whiskey drinker, so I'm just gonna drink it.
Hmm.
Like that's one though you got to
Yeah,
save. So that's special.
yeah. That one will be like extremely special. So,
But yeah, in the meantime,
alrighty,
let's catch up next week. Maybe next week we'll have world changing technology from Donut Labs. We'll see how it goes. I won't hold my
I
breath
will
the entire time
be.
though.
Yeah, no. I'll be live from the sandy beaches of Fort Lauderdale, Florida next
Vacation
week.
or
So,
business?
oh, business is always business, man.
All right, if it's
Vacation to
business, I
me
don't
is
feel
staying
I don't feel
home.
so bad. If it's
Yeah,
business, I don't feel
vacation to me
bad
is staying
bothering
home.
you. Then that's fine. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Well, all right.
no.
So we'll catch up with you at the beach next week. I will probably be right here back in beautiful, sunny Ohio. And we'll see you guys next week. I've been Wes. This guy's been David. We'll see you then.